Welcome back to ACAP Logics. In the previous class, we have discussed about the how to use the global variables and what are the global variables and what's the difference between both the global and the local variables. In the today's class, we are going to discuss about the some basic introduction to the data types. Okay, yeah. Without any delay, let's move into the video. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I recommend you guys to watch those first and then watch this video. Then only you will have an continuity in learning. Okay, and also have an hands-on experience. Okay, don't just simply watch the video and leave. Just have an hands-on experience by your own. Python data types. Okay, yeah. What are the built-in data types? What is meant by built-in? Built-in means to a particular programming language. Okay, there will be some type of data types. Okay, built-in, those are called as built-in data types. So what is meant by data type means data type specifies what type of data that we are going to use, whether it may be the string, numbers, floating data type, or any other. Okay, bool, no, none, set, tuple, like this. So in programming, data type is an important concept. Okay, yeah. Variables can store data of different types, and different types can do different things, right? So for example, numbers, if you are going to use the integer data type, then using those integers we can perform addition, subtraction, and multiplication, all these arithmetic operations. Okay, whereas if you are going to take the string data type, okay, using string data type we can't able to perform all those operations which we have going to perform on the integer, right? So it means each data type can do their different things in their own way. Okay, so that's the point of this. Python has the following data types built in by default in these categories. Okay, there are some Python built-in data types. Let's see what are those. Text type. Okay, if you want the text type data type, then you can use this str string. And numerical data types are int, float, and complex. Sequence types means a combination of different data types and similar data types. Okay, list, tuple, range. Next, mapping type. It means there will be a keyword, and for that keyword we are going to assign some value. Okay, that particular data type is called dictionary. And set types means like we are going to see our sets, right? So that type data type is set and frozenset. And boolean type means it can only have two values. Okay, true or false, or 0 or 1, yes or no, like this. Okay, binary types means it is related to the binary language, bytes, bytearray, memoryview, etc. Non-type means there is nothing. Okay, use of it. Okay, yeah, these are the some of the basic data types that we are going to have in the Python language. These data types are called as built-in data types. Okay, yeah. Getting the data type. Okay, how you should know whether a variable of some value is belongs to this particular data type. So how to find that? Okay, you can get the data type of any object using the function called type function. Okay, why we are going to call this type as a function means I already told you, right, previously in the previous class while discussing about the global variables, we have used the def my function parenthesis for after the variable name, right? So here also you can see over here, after type we are going to use the parenthesis. It means type is a function. Okay, a name followed by parenthesis will be indication that it's a function. Okay, in the parenthesis we are going to give the parameter. Okay, all these things we are going to discuss in the functions. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, next let's say an example. Okay, you're having a variable. Okay, print the data type of the variable x. Okay, now our main aim is to get the data type of the variable x. There is a variable x is equal to 5. Okay, what data type is it? It is a integer data type. Okay, that we know, right? Now that should be proved by code. Okay, that we know, right? By default, if you are going to say x equal to 5, yeah, we are learning, right? We are learning means we can able to say that it's a integer data type. Okay, but you need to prove to some other person who doesn't have any coding knowledge, or you need to prove to interviewer. If someone asking you x equal to 5, what data type it is, the variable belongs to which data type, then if you are going to say integer, if someone asks you to prove, then you need to use this particular type function. Okay, so type function. Okay, we need to use print. Okay, why? Because we are going to print the type of the x. Okay, right? Data type of the x variable. So I am using the print function. Next, okay, yeah, let me show you the output. Before compile interpreting, you must save your code and run the code. So you can see over here we got the class int. Okay, class int, it means this particular x variable belongs to the integer data type. Okay, that's the thing. Next, let's move further. Setting the data type. Okay, setting the data type. How we need to set the data type to a variable in Python. Okay, if you are going to see in my previous class, okay, I have discussed, right? By default, when you are going to assign a value to a variable, it means we are going to set the data type to it as well. Okay, we shouldn't use any keywords like int, str, float, like this, like we are going to use in this C language. Okay, just assigning a value to the variable itself enough to declare the data type of that variable. Okay, based on the value that we are going to assign to the variable, automatically the data type will be assigned to the declared to the variable. Okay, let's see. In Python, the data type is set when you assign a value to a variable. Okay, that's the point I have discussed. Next example, let's see. X equal to hello world, right? Here we assign the string, right, to the x. Okay, but we have mentioned any keywords like str, x equal to hello world, semicolon, like that. We didn't mention anything, right? Like we did, like we do in the C language, right? Actually, in C language also we are not going to use str, we are going to use string. Okay, string also, it's a user defined data type. Okay, yeah. So how to set the data type means, simply when you are going to assign the value to the variable, then you can able to assign the data type, you can set the data type. Next, I'm going to print the type of the x. Okay, just a second. Now it should be str, right? String. Always save your code after making the changes. Okay, you can see over here we got the output as str, class str. It means this particular variable x is belong to the string data type. Next, setting the specific data type. Okay, setting the specific data type, it means, okay, someone who doesn't have any knowledge of the coding. Okay, right, if that person is seeing your code, okay, whenever the person see this particular line x equal to hello world, he will know that hello world is assigned to the x, right, by seeing the equal to symbol. But he didn't know what type of data the hello world is, whether it is a string or integer or any other. So it's a better practice, you should mention the type in the code itself, right? Data type in the code itself. Okay, this particular hello world is belong to string data type. Okay, when the person sees your code, he will understand, okay, by seeing that line. But by seeing that this line, he can only understand that hello world is being assigned to the x variable, but he doesn't know what is hello world, whether it is belongs to string or integer or anything. Okay, even uh, he might doesn't know about the integer, float, and hello world, all this stuff. Okay, okay, yeah. So for that, you need to specify the data type, right, while in the statement itself. But you can see over here in this statement we haven't mentioned any data type using the keywords, right? For that, if we need to mention, then what we need to do, that's the thing is about the setting the specific data type. If you want to specify the data type, you can follow the following constructor functions. Okay, this is also a function. Okay, here also we are going to use a function. Okay, yeah. Example, x equal to str of hello world. Okay, str of is a function. Okay, remember, str of is a function which is used to specify that the data which is present in this parenthesis. Okay, the data which is present in the parenthesis is a type of hello world. Okay, is the type of hello world. Okay, and you can able to see that we have used the semi quotation marks. Okay, double quotation marks. Okay, don't forget to use it. So the difference between this statement and this statement is, here we haven't specified the type of the value, right here, but we have specified the type of the value using the str parenthesis. Okay, let me print the value of x and then the type of the x. Okay, we need to see, right, whether we are getting the hello world or not, any other, right? So, and I'm also using to print the type. Just a second, let me rerun the code. Okay, always save your code. Okay, and you can see over here we got the output hello world, and then we got the type of str, right? This is how it works. Okay, you should have an hands-on experience. It seems very simple, but simple topics also you need to practice without any laziness. Okay, yeah. Next, for example, if you need to, just a second, for example, let me do one thing for you. Another example I am going to take. Okay, I'm going to take x equal to int of 5. Okay, int of 5, and then let me print the value of x, right, and then print the value of type of x. Okay, so save the code and rerun the program. So let me run the program. It's here itself. So you can see over here we got the 5 as output, and the class type is int. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, if you need to use any integer, then you can specify with the int function, int constructor function. It's a constructor function. Why? Because we are going to construct a value which is of type integer, right? So what if you put the quotation marks over here, is it valid or invalid? Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's valid. Okay, you can able to say that, so inside this we are going to have the inside this we are going to use the character, right? It will be treated as character. Okay, you may have a doubt like this, but we have used the constructor function as integer, right? For example, I'm going to use 985 and let me use double quotations. Okay, 985 is a string in this case. Okay, inside the inside the parenthesis it is a string. Why? Because we have used a string. Okay, 895 is a string, but outside we have used the constructor which is integer, right? So you need to get integer only. Yeah, you can see over here we got the integer only. So for example, let me show you a thing. Just a second. 1 2 3. Yeah, let me remove this and paste above the line. Something is, see, sorry. For example, here if I remove the quotation marks, double quotation marks, then what happens? Let us see. Okay, so you can able to see that. Okay, what you can able to see? Perhaps you forgot comma. Perhaps you forgot comma. Comma in the sense, in this case we have forgot the double quotation marks, right? So it's a syntactical error. Okay, you must use double quotation when you are going to use the str constructor function to specify the data type while you declaring while you are assigning a variable, where you assigning the value to a variable of string. Okay, it is no problem when if you shouldn't use it at all in case of integer. Okay, in case of integer you shouldn't use it at all. Okay, even if you use, you don't get any errors. Okay, so that's the point I need to tell you. So I think that's it for the video. Yeah, let me summarize for you. Just a second. Yeah, let me summarize for you. The summary of this lecture is we are going to use the type of function to get the type of variable in the code. Okay, and then assignment of a value to a variable itself, setting the data type, right? We shouldn't use any other keywords along with them like we are going to use in some other language like C++. Okay, use constructor functions like int, str, bool to specify the specific data within the code. Okay, so at this point is we are not using any keywords or any other where we are going to assign the value to the variable, right? For this point, okay, for this point, okay, there is some drawback. That is, if any other person seeing our code, he might not understand what data type that particular variable belongs to, right? To specify that itself in the code optionally. Okay, optionally, it's not mandatory. Optionally, we use the third point as a overcoming the drawback that having in the second statement. But also in the second statement there is also an advantage, that is you shouldn't always mention the type of the variable, so that actually the Python is a simple language, right? So that your writing will be like a simple English language. Okay, it will be like simple English and mathematical languages, right? So that's the thing. Okay, you need to understand all this while you are going to have an hands-on experience by your own. So that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow.